Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. Well, we'll take a look at it and I'll let you know what my financial opinion is. So let's dive right in. Today we've got the light crude oil futures market and a small down day today, a little bit of a cross. It doesn't look horrible. We've got nice good buying pressure, small selling pressure, everything's intact. We're at 87 bucks for crude oil. And then natural gas, nice big bullish engulfing for natural gas to potentially move higher. That one looks good. XOP moving sideways right at the support line. So we're right on support. We're on top of it. Looking at SM Energy. We've got a bearish engulfing here. It came down. We threw a bullish engulfing to move higher. We moved higher. We're coming into a little bit of resistance here. There's a lot of buying and selling pressure and a lot of volatility in this entire area over here. When the volatility kicks up, I usually don't do anything. But usually, if you look at these candlesticks, this is a bullish engulfing. Well, that didn't work. I meant to grab this one. This is a bullish engulfing here. It's a bullish engulfing here. It's a bearish engulfing here. Bearish piercing here. So that bearish piercing resulted in this move, which went into a hammer pattern, which came back up, which went into a bearish engulfing, which pulled back down into a bullish engulfing, which pulled higher. So that's the movements there. And this started with these bullish engulfing movements. This one's a big buying pressure day coming on up. So this is back and forth. High volatility, back and forth, and it still looks okay. And Centennial Resource Development still looks okay. What happens is you get a bullish engulfing, you go higher, and then you kind of pull back like that, and then head higher. That's a possibility. Because all of these are just possibilities and probabilities. That's all it is on the short term. And even in the long term, guys, it's still probabilities. It's not 100%, but they're usually a lot more reliable. The fundamentals and the technicals. This is Crew Energy, CWEGF, moving on up. Bearish engulfing pattern with the wick at the top. That usually means you're coming down. You get the bullish engulfing with the wick at the bottom. That usually means you're coming up. Small selling pressure. I still think everything looks okay there for Crew. Callum Petroleum, a little bit of selling pressure today and yesterday with a big bullish engulfing 4 days ago. So that looks okay. Athabasca Oil's right at its support resistance line. Come above, it's support. Coming below, it's resistance. We're just chopping back and forth. Recaf, looking at this is a bearish engulfing. We could see this head a little bit lower before going higher. So we could see more downside here in the very short term. Northern Oil and Gas, NOG is the ticker. Waiting for this thing to load. Northern Oil and Gas, bullish engulfing here to move higher, and then we hit some selling pressure just recently the past 2 trading days. The Fed really did a doozy in oil and other energy stocks and even precious metals. Bearish engulfing there, or bearish piercing, either one. It's the same pattern. Coming on down, and we're just bouncing back and forth for CPG, Crescent Point. A little bit of selling pressure today with Grand Tierra Energy just chopping sideways. Tellurian getting a little bit more of a sell-off. We had a bearish engulfing yesterday, and it's heading lower. Another bearish engulfing here. So yeah, we're heading lower in Tellurian. Pedevco just chopping sideways, bullish engulfing a couple of days, 4 trading days ago. That usually results in an upward movement. So we'll see if that upward movement comes. Oasis chopping sideways. Nothing really talk about there. Comstock's chopping sideways with some wicks at the bottom. This is a retest, so that looks good. Sandridge Energy coming into some selling pressure. We'll see if this thing, which direction this thing goes. This was definitely breaking to the downside with this bearish engulfing coming down. Wicks at the bottom, buying pressure, ready to turn on up. Ring Energy, REI. So looking at Ring, a little bit of selling pressure today, down 4.46%. Just chopping sideways again. moving sideways with Surge Energy, and then Tamarack Valley getting a little bit more selling pressure in there. We could see it head a little bit lower. OIH, Oil Services, getting a little bit of selling pressure up here, chopping back and forth. Tetra Technologies, TTI, again, selling pressure. Rig, selling pressure. Pump, a little bit of selling pressure today. EXTN moving on higher after their buyout. So they're trading like whoever bought them out. Valaris moving sideways, still looks good in my opinion. MRM, a little bit of selling pressure. It finished quite strong today to the downside. Tidewater a little bit up. It's looking a little bit tired here. That's why you get the wicks at the top for Tidewater. We could see a pullback, a potential pullback there. Next year, Oilfield Solutions looks like it wants to pull back with the wick at the top in a bearish engulfing pattern. CHX, a little bit of a down day today, bearish engulfing. Cactus, bearish engulfing. We could head a little bit lower. OII, which is Oceaneering. So looking at OII, just a regular down day today. We still have nice, good, a bullish engulfing 4 days ago, coming up into a little bit of selling pressure. Noble Energy, a little bit of selling pressure. HLX, a little bit of selling pressure. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look great. It's kind of indifferent. We do have a bullish engulfing 4 trading days ago, so usually those result in a move higher. So I think, I mean, overall, the sectors in oil and natural gas don't look too bad. But I don't know if I'd be a buyer here. I'd like to see, uranium turn around. I'd like to see gold turn around. I'd like to see some of the overall commodities, the other ones that I watch, turn around as well. But we're still seeing some selling pressure out there, and I don't like seeing that. But you know what? We may have a pullback. Might be a little bit, more of a pullback. With the dollar's been really strong. So with a strong dollar, it puts pressure on commodities to go sideways to lower, usually. Not all the time, but usually, especially if they're large moves in the dollar. But I mean, overall, just looking at this chart, like looking at it from this point on, big buying pressure, small selling pressure all through here. So it looks good. And I'm not doing anything with my shares, guys. I mean, these big patterns are all breaking to the upside. So there's no reason for me to sell, even if we have larger volatility coming up. It's like, so what? Just hold on and take it for the ride. And if we head a little bit lower, I look at that as a buying opportunity, not a selling opportunity. All of the market conditions are intact. Everything's good. So you just got to hold on to this raging bull that's trying to buck you off. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.